Top of my head, I can't really think of anything that I can really gather my thoughts on now. But yeah, there is a the challenges were a little unusual this time because of COVID and all that. Some teams had to pull out, some series were not happening, so they had to like live with what was there and try and push for percentages and all that. It is, I mean, Australia not going to South Africa just made a little bit of a status quo, which made New Zealand qualify and all that. But yeah, we are in strange times, so I think we'll have to accept what's there and at least be happy for playing the game. No, look, I think it's us who are getting bothered by all these. I mean, everybody is entitled for an opinion. Whoever is giving their opinion are totally well within their rights to give their own opinion. I think it's us who are reading into it and seeing if it's working or not. So I think as a cricketing fraternity or as a country dealing with such sort of accusations needs to get a little better. We must just hold pride of saying how we are playing good cricket, and obviously test matches are won over a period of time. You play a lot of overs and you win a test match. So when people give their opinions, I'm completely fine with how they have their opinions, because we'll also have our opinions reserved when we tour abroad. But we don't complain or crib, or we just get on with it. And I've never seen any of our greats, be it our coach Ravi Ashwin or Sunil Gavaskar. They've been on lots of tours. I've never seen them talk about pitches having a lot of grass or all these things. It's never happened. So I think it's more of a mentality. When people come out with such opinions, we should respect them. But I think we should be able to magnanimously deflect them away from what they want to see. Last time when we played Bangladesh, the test got over in a couple of days. Very little sample size. We've only played 2 days of pink ball cricket in India. In all, we just played 2 test matches of pink ball cricket. It's too premature to be able to talk about the ball. The challenges it brings, everybody knows what sort of challenges it brings. We'll need to be able to embrace it and get on with it. So yeah, with Ben, I mean, obviously we all know that what a fine player he is. I think it's more about trying to change angles on this pitch. There was a lot of deviation from the surface. If you saw through the game, it was not like some amazing balls got the wickets. It was more the balls that followed it, or the mind games that were being played. And when people wanted to stay positive and play their shots and also have a game plan, things were working fine. So you had to change angles to try and create an edge. There was massive deviation. Some of the balls, the ball was just dying on the batsman and going straight on. So we had to be a little creative. So both the innings with Ben, the first innings I wanted to push the ball a little up so that I could get him to play an aggressive shot. This innings also I tried to get him to drive, but he was just trying to defend a lot. So I thought because he was defending, I can use the drift. There was a bit of cross breeze, so I changed my loading up and tried to drift it back in. A non-turning ball on this pitch could be the more deadly one. So that's how he got it. Akshar bowled beautifully. Even in the first innings, he was pretty good. The second innings, he got his rewards, and I thought both ends. One of the end was a touch slower than the other end. The other end had a little bit more, pace from the pitch. The other side where I was bowling from was a lot more slower. So we believed Kuldeep might be effective from the other end, and I thought Kuldeep bowled beautifully today. So it's only a matter of sometimes when you're bowling as a spinner after a long time and you're wanting that confidence to get an early wicket is always very important. And the moment he started to get the batsman driving, he was going to be a handful on the surface. So I thought he bowled very well, and Akshar, he did his role. I mean, it didn't look like he was. It just looked like he was there. It was not like he wasn't under pressure or he wasn't ready or anything. He just played his role to perfection. He just turned up like how he turned up for a first class game and bowled beautifully. मेरा सपना था यहाँ जो चेपॉक में एक मैच खेलना है. आप भूल जाओ वन डे T20, बट टेस्ट मैच आई नेवर थॉट कि मैं ये टेस्ट मैच इधर चेपॉक में खेलूँगा और फैंस मेरे लिए चीयर करेंगे. बट ओवर द ईयर्स ना, मेरा पहला टेस्ट मैच तब 2013 में खेला था इधर. तब धोनी भाई ने 200 मारे और मैंने भी 12 विकेट लिया. वो अलग था फीलिंग. जैसे एक होम बॉय का तो यंगस्टर का सपोर्ट मिल रहा था, वैसे ही मिल रहा था. बट दिस टाइम जो कोविड के रीजंस की वजह से पहला गेम में क्राउड नहीं था, और दूसरे गेम में जैसा मेरा पहला गेम में परफॉर्मेंस हुआ था, दूसरे गेम में उससे कंटिन्यू किया. और आई थॉट विकेट्स आर गुड, बट जैसे मैंने 100 बनाया और द लास्ट 100 मैंने वेस्ट इंडीज़ में बनाया 2016 में. लिटरली 5 साल के बाद आया ये 100, और बहुत सारे लोग फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए थे कि इनके पास बैटिंग एबिलिटीज़ है बट कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर रहा है और इसका फॉर्म थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है. कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है, जैसे इंडिया में ना हमारा बहुत सारे ओपिनियंस होते हैं कि एडवाइस की तरफ चले जाता है. कोई सोचते नहीं है कि बैट्समैन कैसे सोचते हैं, क्रिकेटर कैसे सोचते हैं और उनके लिए क्या हेल्प चाहिए. जैसे मेरा हेल्प ज़रूरी था, मेरे लिए थोड़ा कंफर्मेशन भी चाहिए था. वो मिला मुझे ये बैटिंग कोच से. और ये कोविड का समय भी मैंने बहुत प्रैक्टिस किया घर में. बॉल्स दीवार पे मार के थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था. स्वीप, ड्राइव और फुटवर्क में मैंने काम किया, और it came good. So सब मिलाकर ऐसा एक emotion outburst हुआ कि that blank state, जैसे blank state बोलता है कि everything is done and अभी settled, that sort of a feeling. इसीलिए whatever reactions came was natural, nothing planned. Rishabh Pant is an excellent cricketer. There are many more excellent cricketers who are there in the squad and are outside the team scheme as well. They are all excellent cricketers. We believe they're excellent, and that's why they end up playing for the country. And when they play for the country, it almost gets like to a point where we feel like we are searching for what's wrong with them. Rishabh Pant was always going to be a good cricketer. He was always going to improve. Only if we back them in such a way that they can improve, they will improve faster. But if you're going to find those loopholes and faults, cricketers are going to take that much more longer. So I think it's a more of a mindset issue for us, and I think as a community we should be able to embrace how good a cricketer is, how much we can see a lot of positives, but when we tend to choose to see a lot of negatives. So if we can see a lot more positives, I think we'll see a lot more champion cricketers. Look, dreams are what you have when you're really young, right? And you're thinking of what's going to come in front of you. But for me, it's very realistic. It's not a dream. But I mean, look, the space I am in right now is that I'm enjoying whatever I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. It's been more on the process. It's been about what, how, and when, rather than this, that, and there. That's something which can make you chase and make you desperate. There are a lot of cricketers who've done very, very well for India in different formats of the game over the last couple of years. I've been out of the team for the last 3 years of the white ball format, but every time I've gone on to get an opportunity in the IPL, I've put a very